Hello everyone, if you are tuning in after the fact, then please do feel free to skip ahead to qualifying, as we're going to take a few more moments to just get everything ready and rolling for the race. See you in a moment. Turn that down. Add the thumbnail. Save changes. Cool. Now if I do this and this, I have put the thumbnail on, haven't I? Yeah. Pop in there. That's that done. What the hell? Let's put that onto the Discord. Oh, how are we looking? We got everyone?
Everyone's in.
Everyone's in, alright.
Just get set up on my laptop and then I'll tell them to ready up.
So hello everyone, it's Tuesday night. It can only mean one thing. We're back with Tier 2. Two-time sprint champ Ghosts back alongside. How are we doing today, Ghost?
Hello there, mate. Looking forward to a good race. Mexico, as always, sends some... well, it makes for some interesting races because a lot of people don't like
it. True that. What was I doing? Where is my... Oh, I need that open. Right, where's my comm script as well? Oh, shit. That's a good evening then, and welcome back to APPF1 Tier 2 for tonight's dose of racing action. Ghost and I back in the comms box to bring you all of the racing from the 7th round of the championship. Tonight then we head to Mexico for a race at the Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez in Mexico City. 17 corners and a lap distance of 4.304 kilometers sees us around a lap of this circuit, and with its quite high altitudes for F1 circuits go, this track is going to be a mix of technical and well, just a difficult track for the drivers. What do you say, Ghost?
Yeah, definitely. I think those S's at the end of Sector 2 are going to cause some problems for drivers, especially in qualifying when it's very, very easy to invalidate. But you've also got to balance out the setup for those very slow corners that you get in Sector 3 and the start of Sector 1 as well. So it's certainly a tricky one, and we'll see if the Tier 2 drivers can tame the track today.
Yeah, it seems so. The title at the moment is seemingly going the way of Bumblebee and Alfa Romeo, with both him and the team increasing their gap to their rivals after the last race around Russia. But it is still all to play for, but the ball is firmly in the competition's court if they are to topple the guys leading the championship at the moment. What do you make of this at the moment then, Ghost?
Well, the championship is looking pretty spaced out at the moment. We've got Bumblebee well ahead by 14 points from Madman Ollie Oliver, and then LB way behind. I think if anyone but the top two are going to win this, we're going to need a DNF from Bumblebee. But I think it's more likely that it's going to be Bumblebee against Ollie Oliver. If Bumblebee gets a poor result, then Ollie Oliver might be back in contention. But at the moment, it's definitely Bumblebee's to lose.
Yeah, it certainly is. Tonight's action then is brought to you once again by Positive Perception Media Design Products. Head over to their Instagram, as it is a place to see the most colourful GT cars the internet has to offer. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then please head over and give them a follow, give them a like. I'm sure the support from you guys will be very, very, very appreciated. So now then, without any further delay, we'll get ourselves into qualifying. We've got young Max. He's out, the first driver out on the circuit. Car number 2 there, headed through the double right-hander of in sector 2 there. Quite an annoying corner, I find that one, or that little section at least.
Yeah, it's that little section is sort of, it's a lot slower than you think, especially the corner just before there, where it's so tight and it's very easy to just overshoot and think, oh, I have enough room here, and then suddenly you run out of racetrack. So we'll see how the drivers navigate it. It looks like Max got a bit of a hesitant exit out of the final corner.
Very hesitant, very easy to lose it as he crosses the line. Very long straight this one, very DRS dependent as he's coming all the way down. Quite a heavy braking zone now. We've got a triple chicane coming up, a few 90-degree corners which we got to know very well around Russia, but Max is going to navigate 1, 2 and the third one. Fairly decent exit for the young driver, but maybe could have been a little better, but he's going to come down the second DRS straight actually, if we go by the line. He's going to come through this now twisty, slow, technical section, and they've got the double right hand. You want to try and hit both apexes if you can there, which Max does very, very well. And now then we've got another technical part of the circuit coming up, the S's. Unlike the S's of the Silverstone, these ones are a little bit more akin to the ones in USA, I'd say, but a lot trickier as TTV Max goes wide there onto this third DRS straight of the section of the track, and now coming into the stadium section as he's going to come through another slow, sort of twisty, very tricky corner, these two here. Very easy to lose grip. This is the final 2 corners now. He's going to come around there, not as tentative as last time. He's going to get on the power. That's Ollie Oliver. That looked like he's had a moment out there. He might be out of the qualifying, but Max sets the initial pace then at 1:16.8. Well, let's see of Ollie Oliver. He's definitely got some damage. VK's retired. That does not bode well for McLaren at all.
Crozer into the wall. He was on a very clean lap and then spun it at the final sector. Here comes QB to finish his lap as well. Yeah, luckily for Ollie Oliver, he is still in the session. I think a DNF from this session would be an absolute disaster for him. So
yeah, it certainly would. Mitch crossing the line, only a 17 run from Mitch.
On the mediums though.
On the mediums though, that is. And there'll be more to play for the Red Bull driver. He's recently become a reserve in Tier 2 after a change in his commitments. But I'm sure tonight he'll put in a performance as Tinoz goes second place now with a 1:17.0. I think he might be on the mediums as well. No soft tyres for Tinoz. Mediums for One Wing and Mitch.
Yeah, it's as Hartmann goes P2. That's a decent lap from him. Alpine's currently running 2 and 3.
He's in the championship challenger, I suppose. Coming around, is he starting a lap? Is he finishing a lap? Looks like he's starting a lap, but we'll keep an eye on that then. Emiliano invalidated his out lap and he spins around the final corner there, not taking out the bollard. If you remember back to Russia, Emiliano had himself quite a good race. And it all
Did I see a drop of rain?
Yeah, it's raining.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh dear. That could be very bad for Bumblebee.
Yeah. Madman needs to set a lap right now. It needs to be a good one. He's purple in Sector 1. But yeah, Bumblebee is still in the pits at the moment. And yeah, a lot of people coming out on outlaps now. Maybe they've seen the rain and thought, oh dear, I need to go out. But yeah, VK's at the bottom regardless. But yeah, that rain's definitely coming. Madman through the second sector. It looks like he's going to set a lap just in time, but the rain is going to come down for his for his final sector for this lap. Is he going to go over the curb? No, he's not.
He's 3 seconds up on his former time, so that's going to put him somewhere in the 117s, maybe even the 116s, depending on how much he's up. He could go and get snatch pole position from TTV Max here if the lap's good enough. Let's see the line.
Yes.
It does, yeah, it's a 116.0. That could be very crucial in terms of the championship, as that rain is going to nullify anyone on this qualifying session once it starts getting bad out there.
Yeah, I think it's already going to be starting to cause problems, this rain. If you can see it coming down, then in qualifying it's going to already be causing issues, especially for the final part of the lap. I think Mitch is coming in. He's happy with his medium lap. Bumblebee is still in this.
Got no wing when he comes in the pits. I think all these guys who haven't put a lap in are in trouble here. They need to see if they can come out and find all the grip that they can, because it is their only chance of competing. As that rain does look like it is getting worse.
Pommy Alex is invalidated, but Crozer is starting his lap, so he needs to get this lap done as soon as he can. If he invalidates this one, he's in big trouble, because the rain's definitely coming. I wonder if it's going to get any heavier, or if it'll stay like this. But Pommy Alex, oh, good lap, a good first sector from Crozer, but Pommy Alex is into the pits, so not ideal for him. Harry Bix is now on an outlap. Bumblebee still in the pits, the championship leader.
Yeah, I think Bumblebee has realised that this one is might just be a write-off here, but we'll have to see what Krauser can do, or just manages to not invalidate that lap there. Is this going to be a purple sector 2? No. He might be down on the time, but we're not too sure until he's going to cross that line. He's coming through the stadium section now. Looks like Emiliano's gone off at sector 2, just a bit further back. But the lack of grip out there might just start to be showing itself, as Krauser looks like he might have just dropped off. Yeah, he has. He's not going to do it. It's a 17.7, only good enough for 7th place. Lots of 7s there. But I think man Ollie Oliver has been in the right place at the right time for a good qualifying lap round here.
I think he has. Of course, we don't have the information that the drivers do. Pommy Alex said it didn't say it was going to rain, so maybe this rain will ease off towards the end of the session. Yeah, Harry Bix is starting his lap right now, and he did look like he was struggling for grip on the exit of the final corner, and he's already invalidated before turn 1, so not ideal for the McLaren driver.
No, not ideal at all. McLaren seemingly continuing their dog of a season. Not the best of seasons that we've seen from the team, but there's a chance they bounce back. Perhaps if they can get some good point scores. There's another Williams without a wing. Speaking of the Williams team, we did recently lose a legend of motorsport this week, Sir Frank Williams, the founder of the Williams team, of course. A dynasty in Formula One, really. Championed through the 80s and 90s, perhaps. Saw the likes of Nigel Mansell, Ayrton Senna, even David Coulthard, and a list of amazing, talented drivers in Sir Frank's time. And it's a real shame to have lost him this week.
Indeed. Huge loss to the F1 community and the F1 world, really. Trying to do Mr. Frank Williams proud is Emiliano in his car, but he's just invalidated in Sector 2. But I was watching him through Sector 1, and I think the rain is already starting to affect laps, because he was struggling at the exit of Turn 1, and there was a lot of lockups on that lap.
Yeah, I think I've seen the water starting to puddle up on the track there. You can just about see little spots of where the rain's hitting, and Emiliano, that's a big spin into the pit lane there. Ooh, that was a scary one. He manages to keep it out of the wall, but he's heading back in the pits and he's struggling. Oh, Emiliano, there you go. He's just about got in there. Takes the bollard with him for good measure. Is that Pommy Alex out on a lap? It is. He's on a lap. He's set purple sector 2. This could be something challenging for the pole position here. To have a look as he comes through the third sector now, through the stadium section. You hear the roars of the crowd whenever anybody comes through here in real life F1, especially during a lap of Perez. But no, it's not going to be enough. Pommy Alex, not much improvement from him. Good sector 2, but not enough to topple Madman Ollie Oliver. And I'm not sure that even if this rain does ease off, that the drivers will have time, as we're about halfway through the session now.
Yeah, I don't think that lap is representative of Pommy Alex's pace at all. He's definitely starting to struggle in the rain. You can see the raindrops on the cars now, and that's usually a sign. As Harry Bix has just smashed into the wall on the exit of turn 3 and is out of the session. So both McLarens out of qualifying.
Bumblebee's finally come out. He's come out on some medium tyres. I'm not sure. He might be able to get himself into the top 10, but I'm not sure it's going to be anything good.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a tough time getting past even QB with all this rain on the mediums. So we'll have to wait and see how he does. But yeah, I mean, you can already see he's really struggling for grip through the S's. He's having to slow down quite a lot, even on the outlap. So we'll have to keep an eye on how that lap goes. But Pommy Alex, I think, will be coming into the pits now. Madman will probably be staying in the pits. TTV Max is out on a lap. No, he's coming in as well. He's obviously not going to improve.
It's like life bounce on an outlap.
Yeah, I think we might have seen the last of the improvements, other than the people who haven't set times yet.
Well, we'll watch Bumblebee then, as he's the first to set a lap. The only other people out on the circuit right now are QB Lifebout and ISRL Hartman. So we'll keep an eye on those guys. For Bumblebee out on his first lap then, and it might not be the lap he wants. This could be a slight turning point in the championship, but we don't know. Ooh, big tank slapper there for Bumblebee. This we don't know if the race is going to be wet or not, but that's a purple sector 1.
I don't trust the game on that purple sector 1.
No, I really don't. Especially after that little tank slapper he had there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it normally does that for the first lap of qualifying, doesn't it? It gives you purple, but you're not actually purple. A few people coming out on intermediate tyres. Mitch and Pommy Alex there. I'm not sure if that has... No, it still doesn't affect... Oh, that's not good for Bumblebee. I'm sure he'll be kicking himself for that. He might just save that ERS and a bit of fuel and just go again, I think. But we're going to switch over to Hartman's in the pits now, so we're going to watch Lifebout. He's invalidated his lap as well, so that lack of grip really affecting the drivers, especially around a track where the track limits are just so close together. And Bumblebee comes in.
Yeah, it would only have been about a 125 anyway, 126. So yeah, Bumblebee into the pits. I think he's going to give up on setting a lap for now. Lifebout, is he going to be able to improve? Yes, but he invalidated, I think.
Yeah, he invalidated,
DRS disabled now.
It certainly is. That's really going to put a dampener on the session there. Mitch is out on the intermediates right now.
Put a dampener, get it?
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't what the race is going to be like, but it would be interesting. This would be the first wet race we've had in Tier 2. I don't think we've had any in Tier 1 yet. We've had 3 in the Sprint Championship, actually.
Yeah.
Although 2 of them were interchangeable, 1 was fully wet.
Yeah. We had a wet qualifying in Tier 1.
Yeah, it's Imola.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah.
Well, this is our first wet action of Tier 2 at the moment, as Mitch comes across the line to start his lap on the intermediates. It won't be much of an improvement, but it's something to do.
Yeah, exactly. I have a inside report from Pommy Alex saying that the race will be dry.
If those reports are to be believed, though, no, and he said that the qualifying session was supposed to be dry, so we might even
That's
be
true.
chucking that lot out the window there as well. Well, I might as well say hello to everyone who's watching at the minute, because I suppose most of the drivers are in the chat right now. Hello RJ, hello Max, hello Bumblebee, hello Alex, hello Hartman. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like on the stream while you've got the time. We're not really doing too much right now. 12 people watching thus far. Probably most of the drivers who are in the pits. But please do like and subscribe to the channel and support myself and Ghost, of course, as well. You go check out his channel. Is some of the tier 2 streams may end up over there. I've actually put together a playlist of all of the tier 2 streams on the channel now, so
Oh,
you
brilliant.
can actually find them all, watch them in order. It'll be a long watch. You'll be each video is about an hour and a quarter or so, but they're all there.
Let's just have a tier 2 marathon one weekend. Just
Yeah,
go for it. Watch them all.
back to back.
I think Bumblebee's aim now is get ahead of the drivers who haven't set laps. Just at least get a lap on the board on the inters. So secure P11 and just leave it at that. I think that's his aim at the moment as he comes out for a lap. Hopefully he won't invalidate this time. This is the only lap he's got. So yeah, that's 30 seconds left of the session. Alpine had a lucky qualifying. Well, mate, Hartman, if you get out early, if you get the strategy right, and you get a lap, and other people don't, then you deserve your spot on the second row. It's
Yeah,
that simple.
that's certainly it. TTV Max actually getting himself right up in there. He set the initial lap of the session, and of course the big winner here is Madman Ollie Oliver. And I'm not sure Bumblebee's going to really be able to. He might not even get into the top 10. He might just have a look at Lifebout's time. But
Oh, he had to lift off there to avoid invalidating.
that lift there might cost him. Where is he at the moment? We'll have a look. He's at 107 as he's coming into the sector, the third sector. It's not going to be a great time. He's already past the pole time, so this is going to be somewhere in the 120s, I think.
I think he can get Lifebout just about as long as he doesn't spin, but yeah, 126. So he manages to secure P10 at least. But yeah, not an ideal day for Bumblebee. I'm not sure if he didn't see that it was rain coming, just like Pommy Alex, or if he was busy. But he's ended up in P10 with his championship rival in pole position, his third pole of the season for Madman Ollie Oliver. And TTV Max gets himself on the front row. Great stuff from the youngster, and the two Alpines lock out the second row. And then the medium tyre runners in 5 and 6.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one. We've had quite a mix-up of the grid here with drivers who should be a little bit higher up, not quite getting there. I guess it's gone for our top 5. We've got One Ring Krauser, Pommy Alex, QBV and Bumblebee making up the rest of the top 10. Lifebout, Emiliano, Harry Bix, Emiliano and VK either not setting a lap or just making up the rest of the grid. This could bode very interestingly for the race to come, especially if it is dry. Hell, even if it's wet, we're not too sure.
Absolutely. It's looking pretty dry on my screen, but there is a grey cloud at the top, so you never know.
Never know.
But
Yes, indeed.
yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. Madman has to win this race to keep his championship hopes alive, you feel. If he does anything other than win this race, then you feel wouldn't have made the most of the opportunity that he's got right now.
Mm. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's always quite a hectic lap one on that run down to turn one. It's a long run down there. Not sure about if it's the longest or not, but it's certainly up there. It might even be. I don't know.
I think it's this one or Russia.
Mm.
But yeah, it'll be close between them. It's definitely one of the longest.
So looking dry, looking nice and dry for the forefront then. I think, let's have a look at tyres, let's see what people are starting on, let's get some things up as well. We want tyres, there we go. It's a Lifebout and Emiliano outside the top 10 going for mediums there, but the two McLarens going for softs. Hopefully they could both score some points today. All they need to do is finish, which has been quite hard for especially VK at the moment. But,
come on, VK.
we have
6
faith.
in a row. No, I think what we would want to be saying at the end of this race is nobody puts VK into the wall 7 races in a row.
Yeah, that's it. That's certainly it. Oh, well, he could be wrong. I think Harry Biggs has spun down there along the second straight there. But while we've got a little bit of time, Ghost, you got any stats for us?
Let's see. So, qualifying, let's see. Who is the best average qualifier?
Oh, that's a good question. Hartman?
Hartman, best average qualifier. Well, this third place will definitely put him up there. Well, up a lot more, but no, this is his best qualifying of the season so far. It's Harass and Mitch jointly are in second place, but the best average qualifier is actually Madman Ollie Oliver. Average qualifying position of 3.83, and that's only going to get better after this pole position.
Certainly is.
Had 3 6th places in a row to start off the season, and then second half of the season, first, third, first, and first.
Oh, looks like VK's spun again.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not going well for McLaren tonight. I have to wonder whether they're doing this on purpose at this point. But we'll be rooting for them, and we'll be rooting for Madman Ollie Oliver, who's got a lot of work to do to try and keep himself in the championship then. But we should be going green any second now, as that McLaren's just taking his spot on the grid. Right then, here we go then, we're waiting for those lights. Already a timing glitch. And the lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights for the Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. We've got Madman Ollie Oliver getting a fairly decent start. A very good start, actually. But Tinols gets an amazing start as he jumps TTV Max off the start. Moving into P2 and getting into the slipstream of Madman Ollie Oliver, who darts toward the outside of the track to take the normal racing line. They're all a little bit clumped up here. We'll have to watch out for the action. They're all going side by side through the corner. No spins at the moment by the looks of things. Bumblebee and Alpha spinning down. 3 cars off. On the track there, we've got some guys cutting the grass there. We've got yellow flags, no safety car at the moment. But I missed what happened there, but Mitch is way back down.
Yeah, he was one of the spinners. VK up to P5.
What a start from VK. Let's hope he can keep that going. I must say, great launch for Tinos there, who managed in that second phase of the start to just cruise past TTV Max. Also, Pommy Alex up into 4th place.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some names who don't usually enjoy time at the top of the standings, near to the top. So fair play to them. They've had some fantastic lap 1s respectively. But yeah, we had 3 cars spinning on the exit of turn 3. It looked like there was contact between Crozer and another car, and then the spin from Crozer just sent another 2 cars round.
There goes Matt Ollie, VK TFR and Pommy Alex are going side by side up the straight. VK's just going to pull away. Looks like he's got a lot of straight line speed to be playing with at the moment. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to just claim the racing line, actually. What a good move from VK, making up some great positions. He's up 10 places already. Started at the back and is now up in the top 4. And Harry Bix and Mitch are in the pits, so they must have had some damage.
That's a shame. But yeah, fantastic start for VK. Come on, VK, we need you to get some points today. He's currently looking at a podium, not just points. We've got TTV Max and Tinoz just ahead of him. Tommy Alex trying to stay with them, but he's going to be hoping that they battle a bit. Championship leader. What am I talking about? Championship leader. Bumblebee. What on earth was that? Bumblebee down in P8. So he's definitely going to be looking to do a bit better than that as VK nearly plows into the back of TTV Max. Good battle between these three. As Madman is just
he's just cruising at this point.
Yeah.
He's just stretching those legs, getting himself way up there, setting fastest lap after fastest lap. VK on a very big charge. He's after the position of TTV Max now. VK setting fastest lap. Bumblebee setting fastest lap. The question is, can Bumblebee make his way through the field? VK's going for it. Will he go for 2 overtakes perhaps? No, but they're going to continue to go side by side. VK up the inside of TTV Max then, who's then going to get the inside himself, who's going to then lose the inside again. It looks like TTV Max managed to hold on, but he goes well off track there. Pommy Alex looking to get involved in this action now as well. They're going to come down. DRS has been activated, but it's a double DRS zone through Mexico, so no one will have DRS for the first 2 goes, but they will in the next one as VK very nearly losing it, and Pommy Alex getting himself up the inside there. They're going to go side by side through the double right-hander, and Pommy Alex just slots in front.
Great racing between these guys. This is all helping Tinoz now, who's just trying to build a gap to these 3 as they battle, but yeah, Madman has pretty much checked out.
That's Bumblebee going up the inside of Emiliano through the S's go. Sorry to cut you off. That was a brave move from Bumblebee to move up into 7th position. The 2 Alfa Romeos are going to be looking to work together, I think, to try and do a little bit of damage limitation on this race here.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, moves like that. That's why Bumblebee is the current leader. It's brave moves like that that just let him make up a lot of ground and salvage a good result out of a poor qualifying, as Hartmann gets himself a 3-second time penalty. He's really
that's lifeboat off. He's think he's crashed through sector 2 there.
So easy to do. Safety car.
Safety car. There we go.
There goes Madman's lead.
It certainly does. This is going to throw up in the air. I'm not sure the medium runners are justified to come in. The strategy was looking like a 2-stop. Medium runners could do a 1-stop going onto hard tyres. It's certainly doable. But the tyre wear around here is horrible, if I remember.
Don't go on the hards. Take it from me. Don't do it. Bad decision. The mediums are bad enough.
Yeah, certainly are. I think I've only ever had 1 good race around here, and that was before the championships had started. That was back when we did community races on a Friday. Had a great battle with Aaron, one of our admins. Made some great moves through sector 2 as well. Tooting my own horn here, but let's see what Ollie Oliver's doing. Is he going to come in? Yes, he comes in. Will anyone follow him in? That's all.
Oh, Tinoz stays out. I was expecting all the soft runners to come in. I think that might be a mistake.
VK's also stayed out.
So yeah, Bumblebee stayed out as well. So very interesting strategy calls going on here. I mean, I'm just a lowly commentator, but I feel like the staying on the softs at a safety car on lap 5 is not the greatest idea, but we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, it's certainly a risky move for these guys. Those softs aren't going to last all that much longer. This could be very interesting. Ollie Oliver going for softs, while TTV Max, Pommy Alex, Krauser and Hartmann all go for mediums. And QB as well.
Yeah, those mediums won't get to the end, so there's definitely another stop for all of those guys. I wonder if these soft runners are going to try and go on the hards. They will regret that. Yeah, I think Madman is definitely still in driving seat for this to win this race, in my opinion. He's going to have to go on the mediums again at the end, but those softs are just going to be so good at this point. Although he will be caught up by the traffic ahead, so might not have been the best decision. Maybe you would have wanted to get your medium stint out of the way while stuck behind traffic at the end of the
Yeah,
safety car.
so...
But let's see how it goes.
Well, I know one driver is going to be happy that the safety car's come out, and that is Mitch, who is way down at the back at the moment, but he's going to catch right up. Safety car always brings a slight smile to your face when you've had a poor start, as it means you're right back in the action.
Certainly does. But Tinoz, by the way, is winning the race.
He certainly is. He's well up the head there. Tinoz, who debuted with APPF1 on last Tuesday and took a podium in what was an incredible drive. Is it Italian or Mexican? Or somebody's Mexican.
Emiliano is Mexican. Tinoz.
Ah.
I think Tinoz is Italian. Let me just check. Tinoz is, yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah, the Italian driver. He's got to come in. And he's doing quite well for himself. Put on quite a show for us around Russia, trying to keep that gap to, I think it was Bumblebee, to 3 seconds. It was somebody. I don't know. I'm not remembering Russia that well. It's been I've slept since then, but I think the safety car might just be coming in this lap. Mitch is only 2 corners behind it now.
Hopefully.
Not too much to talk
we don't
about.
like the safety car being up for too long.
No, we don't. It leaves us very little to talk about when we're going in. But I think the safety car is going to come in as Mitch just getting on the back there of QB. And I'm waiting for those lights to go off. There they go. So Tinoz takes the lead of the race then. He becomes the effective safety car. He's going to back the field up, and he's got a choice of when he's going to get this race up and rolling once more. Weaving about to get those tyres warmed up. You might not want to weave about too much, as that's going to bring even more wear out of those already warm tyres.
Get ready to watch a medium runner spin on the exit of the last corner. Here we go.
That's right. Tinoz goes, then he's going to go out that last corner. Then he caught the guys behind sleeping, one wing and the like, because VK is right on the back of Tinoz, and he's getting quite a good run in the slipstream there. It's quite a long straight, so the slipstream very powerful around this circuit. The 2 Alfa Romeos just behind there. Are they going to do a little swap? No. Not at the moment they are, but VK very close. He's practically pushing him through, but he gets a penalty through the first three corners there.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, but here he goes around the outside anyway of Tinoz. Can Tinoz hold the position? VK's going to have the inside for the next corner, and I think Tinoz always held it around the outside though. He's going to have the outside for the next corner as well, and yeah, he's just going to be bullied out of that one, I think.
Yeah, VK shuts the door on him there, and he's within every right to do so. So he gets himself in the lead, but that penalty is going to really bite him in the arse if nobody else manages to get one. But I'd class this race as one of the many track limits Grand Prix.
Yes, for sure.
As QB proves my point, get another penalty there.
As Bumblebee is struggling to keep Madman behind. Madman trying to find a way through. The 2 championship rivals at ends here. This is great to see. I think Madman might get in into turn 1, but we'll have to wait and see.
Looks like Pommy Alex is falling off. Sorry
he
for cutting off a bit there. Pommy Alex is getting a bit mugged by Mitch, Harry Bix and Hartman.
So Bumblebee down the inside of his teammate.
Perhaps is that team orders. Oh, they get very close, but Bumblebee gets there. I think one wing might be looking to hold up Ollie Oliver for as long as he can. I think is that Max going around the outside? Yeah. It is. I saw the wing on that while I was riding on board. Young Max is known for some aggressive defending and some audacious sends. Always one to watch out for when it comes to racing action. But VK just slowly trying to stretch those legs, but Tinoz keeping him honest.
One Wing really causing Madman some problems. I don't know if he's deliberately slowing the Haas down, but he's certainly doing a good job of it if he is. Madman just can't get past through there. He goes for a send.
Oh,
wow.
that was a sendy dummy to the outside, and T3V Max is going to get involved in that as well. He's not quite going to get it. Is that Emiliano getting involved as well? It looks like it. They're all going to lose out. That is a big bit of collision there. Oh, that's a bit naughty, that one. I think we might see that in the steward's room later on.
Yeah, it looked kind of unfortunate. It looked like Emiliano went for a gap, and then the gap closed, and they both ended up in the wall. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be looking at that one again. But yeah, we've got Madman up into P4 fairly comfortably now, and chasing after his championship rival, who's already launched a 2.5 second gap thanks to that battle that Madman had to have with his teammate. As Mitch now sends it down the inside of Max. He's going to have the outside for the next corner though, and Max is going to make him go the long way round. Can Mitch get the move done? Ooh, the door is shutting, but Mitch makes it happen, makes it work. Round the S's, Max tries to keep it around the outside, but Mitch gets the position. Is he going to hold it though? Here comes Max back again. He's gone wide. He's got the DRS. Mitch doesn't have any battery left, but Max isn't going to send it there, and Mitch keeps it for now.
Madman Oliver's already cut that gap down. The advantage of those fresher tyres really showing itself. Maybe the mistake of not coming in has really come back to haunt Bumblebee and Tinos here, but this could be a move for the championship leader on the Alpine here, is it? It looks like he's shaping it up. Tinos trying to goes half defensive, but Bumblebee goes up the inside. That's a comfortable move for the championship leader. Gets another car in between himself and his championship rival. It's Emiliano out of the race. He's retired in the pit lane by the looks of it. There's a no safety car then for that. VK just on a bit of a, well, not quite a Sunday drive because it's Tuesday, but a Sunday drive nonetheless, as he's got a nice 2-second gap to his rivals behind.
Sorry to cut you off. Madman down the inside of Tinos at a place where you don't really send it. It's a very brave and opportunistic move from Madman, but he's up into P3 and Tinos has to concede that one. And now he's off chasing, off to his rival again.
Just missed that, but these two really going hard at it. Tinos getting involved for a little bit, but these two seem to be in a little bit of a league of their own at the moment as they come through the stadium section. QB and One Wing way down, they'll be hoping for a safety car or something to come their way later on.
Madman nearly out of the race there. Huge slide out of the last corner, managed to save it.
So Harry Biggs in the pit lane, and both McLaren still running at the moment, so that's a good start for them to their race. But they've still got 25 laps to navigate, so it's still quite a long slog around here. Any action on track? Oh yeah, that's Ollie Oliver. He's going to go for a move.
Down the inside.
He's going to have the outside for the next part of the corner. He's going to sweep round with a better grip. Good move from Ollie Oliver. Great racing.
Wow. Yeah, he's Ollie definitely an opportunistic driver, I think we're seeing. Neither of the rivals had any battery left in the tank, but Madman with the DRS managed to get close enough to make that send. But here comes Bumblebee again with
yellow
the DRS.
flags in sector 2. That's an Alpine. That's Tinos.
Oh no!
Falling way down the order. He's going to slot in just in front of his team, behind his teammate. He's got no wing. That's going to be a stop, an unplanned one like that.
Oh, that's such a shame for Tinos.
VK dives into the pit lane then. So the first of the guys who didn't stop have come into the pits. Bumblebee's followed him in as well. That's going to promote Mitch up into P2. Ollie Oliver stays out into P1. So this is going to be a race of strategies, I think, from here on in.
Yeah, both on the mediums. They'll be making another stop before the end. Whether it goes on to mediums or softs depends on how well they can save the tyres in this stint. But I reckon they'll be aiming for softs to the end. But while Madman is going to have to go onto the mediums, so be prepared to see another battle between the championship rivals here.
Yeah, certainly so. We've got a bit of a train going on here. Everyone's aboard the Krauser train right now as TTV Max, Hartman and Pommy Alex following through the S's, all on mediums, all stopped during the safety car. Or did they not? Perhaps they didn't. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Pommy Alex just saving all that battery. Look at that, 97%. He's just waiting for his opportunity. He knows he's in a train and needs a mistake from Hartman to really secure that P5 position. But round he comes. They're all on mediums, of course, so they're all struggling just as much. As Pommy Alex now going to have the DRS. Hartman hasn't got any battery left, hardly 14, 12, 10%. But Pommy Alex isn't going to make a move. Maybe he's going to make a move into the next corner after the next DRS zone.
Harry Bick's getting past QB just a little bit further, a fair bit further back. We'll keep an eye on this train as Pommy Alex does seem to get a better exit, but TTV Max didn't get any DRS from that, so he's gone on the defensive now as Krauser starts to perhaps stretch his legs a little bit, but no changes in position for these guys just yet.
Yeah, a little mistake from Krauser there, actually, allowing TTV Max to pull back in, but is Hartman going to send one to the start of the S's? Don't do that, Hartman. Oh, he thinks better of it, and is Max going to have the DRS? I think he's going to be just out. It's going to be very close. Max does not have DRS, but Hartman's too far back after the S's, and Pommy Alex further back still saving all of that battery.
Very wise to do so, as Max and Hartman don't seem to have a lot of battery to use in the tank themselves. Mitch is actually closing in on Madman Ollie Oliver and is in DRS range right now. So the permanent driver turned reserve driver, he's one to look out for the win of this race. He's got a fair few under his belt already. TTV Max just getting that DRS, just keeping him safe for now. But if he doesn't get it in the next lap, I think he could be in a heap of trouble here.
Absolutely. Bumblebee sets the fastest lap on those new tyres, so yeah, these softs starting to fall away a little bit if even the mediums are faster than them, and Madman's going to have to make a decision fairly soon, you would think.
Yeah, certainly so. Yeah, he'll have to come in very soon. He will promote Krauser up into the lead. Mitch will have to make that decision as well. Will he come in? Will he try the undercut? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure what's powerful around here. I think the undercut's quite powerful, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah, it is quite powerful. It's more powerful from medium to soft, but soft.
Oh, that's VK out.
Oh no!
He's crashed in sector 2.
VK, no.
Only a lap after coming into the pits as well. That is a shame. One McLaren still running them, but news at the front. Madman Ollie Oliver has pit in for a set of fresh medium tyres. Whether he can go to the end on those, I'm not too sure, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see.
He'll certainly try to, I think. It would be a 3-stop, wouldn't really work.
Bumblebee's jumped him. He's got very little ERS, but Bumblebee has jumped him out of the pit lane there, so these two in the mix with each other again as VK leaves the session. That is 7 races in a row where he has failed to score points, and you've got to really feel for the guy, I think.
Yeah. Fan favourite.
Yeah. I've had some real rotten luck in the past, but I've never had a season where I've failed to score. It's just something you don't like to see.
Yeah.
We're holding out hope, VK. You can score some points this season.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen he's a fast driver. We've seen that so many times, and we even saw him win a race. I can't remember when it was, but he's definitely won at least one race in this community.
It was sprint race at France.
Yeah, I think.
That's another McLaren off in sector 2.
Oh no!
Managing to keep it going now, but don't crash now, Harry Bix. Don't crash now.
Come on, Harry.
And so this train's still going. These four still in the train, and that's the problem with Mexico, is that it's just DRS trains, and you can't really get in. And Krauser's got a lot of VRS to work with, whereas Max and Hartman don't. But Pommy Alex got pretty much a full tank of batteries.
Yeah, a bit like Portimao in that respect, really.
Yeah, it certainly is.
But yeah, Madman now within DRS range of Bumblebee, so he might see that pass being made soon.
We'll keep an eye on that then, as well as Mitch, and this battle for currently provisional P2. As Mitch should be coming in fairly soon. We'll have to see where he comes out in terms of Bumblebee and Ollie Oliver. But will Bumblebee jump on Mitch? Will Mitch jump them both? Who knows?
I think without that safety car, Madman would have comfortably won this race, but the safety car really threw everything back into the pot, really.
Well, I think Mitch might just come out behind the two of them, as it's a 19-second gap to Madman and 18 to Bumblebee. So Mitch might be behind the two of them there, but he's stayed out.
Oh, Madman's going to have DRS on his championship rival. Are we going to see a move into turn 4? I don't think we'll see one into turn 1, but with a good exit, I think the Haas might be able to have a go into turn 4, but neither of them have got any battery left at all, so it's going to be tricky.
It certainly is. One of them will need to try and save some battery at the moment, but neither have got enough to really go for. As Pommy Alex has made a move on Hartman and has managed to get up into P4 there. Is he going to keep P4? He is going to keep P4. Pommy Alex then finally making the decision to start going on the attack on these guys, as he's got a little bit of a gap to make up over TTV Max, who's sat in provisional 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah, TTV Max is racing very well today. He's got some pace and he's fighting very cleanly, but also very hard with drivers trying to overtake him, and it's serving him well. He just can't get past Crozo at the moment though, and that's hurting his race. But yeah, when they stop again, it'll be interesting to see where they come out. I think they might be ahead. I think they'll be ahead of Harry Bix just about. But
I think this is a move from Hartman. He's closing in very quickly in the slipstream, and he's going to go up the inside of Pommy Alex. They're going to go side by side into turn 1, are they? Yes, they are. And looks like Hartman's just going to get ahead through for the first part of that triple chicane there, and he'll have DRS again because it's a double DRS zone.
Yeah, he is. He's made that move, and these two continue to battle. It's been a pretty much race-long battle between Hartman and Pommy Alex, and they're still going at it. And Madman still can't find a way past his championship rival. This is huge for the Haas driver.
That's Tinol's getting past Harry Bix there further back. He looks like he got slipstream and went right round the outside of Harry Bix. And one ring getting past QB. Harry Bix with a 3-second time penalty. Lots of time penalties for some of the drivers out there in a minute. That's going to be a running theme throughout the rest of this race. There's a battle for 2nd, there's a battle for 4th, and a battle for 6th going on at the moment. It's a 2x2 they go. And Mitch still out on his soft tyres. I don't know how he hasn't got a puncture on all 4 yet, to be honest. It's gone 13 laps on those soft tyres. He must be massaging them very well as Hartman peels into the pit lane. Hard tyres, do you think? Or another set of mediums?
Another set of mediums it will be. I think I know what Mitch is doing. I think he is trying to do medium soft because he started on the mediums, and I think he's trying to take those softs as far as he can and then go on softs again for the end, the final stint of this race. So yeah, it's a very risky strategy that Mitch is doing, but I mean, he'll be very fast for a few laps, but well, quite a few laps, but then he'll definitely drop off hugely towards the end of the race. So interesting to see what's going to happen there.
It certainly is very interesting. Tommy Alex could be in contention for a podium here today with the penalties that the guys ahead of him have got. Another fan favourite, of course. Had some rotten luck in the first season where he led Belgium and then binned it after a few laps. It was a big shame to see that happen to him, but we've been rooting for him ever since.
Yeah, Mitch is in. He's going on the mediums, so retract everything I just said.
Where's he going to come out then? He's going to come out behind TTV Max. Yeah, he's going to be way behind Ollie Oliver and Bumblebee, I think, as he's still not left the pit lane, actually. There he is there, just on the left of the screen. Yeah, he's not come out just yet. So Bumblebee and Madman jump him. But I think one of the... well, at least Bumblebees have to come in as Harry Bix retires and brings the safety car out. So that's both McLarens for, I think, the 6th time or the 5th time in the season out of the race.
Yeah, that is number 5. Number 5.
Well,
no, number 6, because RJ was also racing for McLaren in Spain. And they both DNF there as well.
Well, if you thought the strategy was all clear cut, well, you can chuck all that out the window now as the safety cars come out and has thrown a whole load of shit into the fan. As
Absolutely.
Mitch and Hartman, very well timed, and Tinos, very well timed safety car for those 3.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen here. Where are they going to come out? Who is going to pit? I think Madman's going to go to the end. But Bumblebee is going to struggle to get to the end here. That's 23 laps on a set of mediums. Yes, through a safety car, but still, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I wonder if he's going to have to come in the top 3. Definitely are.
Yeah, they're coming in for their second stop then. So in comes Krauser and TTV Max. Now be Pommy Alex in as well, I'd assume. Yeah, in he comes.
Madman's
How about
in.
Bumblebee? Bumblebee and Madman are both in then. That's very interesting. Mitch won't come in because he's only just pitted, so he's going to get back into the race lead. Very, very well-timed safety car for him, and it looks like Hartman might also win out here as well. We'll have to see, as he's obviously got to follow a Delta at the moment. So we'll have a look. We'll watch Crozer, see where he is. No, he's not going to get out in front of them, but perhaps in front of Pommy Alex. Yes,
Alex
he is.
For the soft tyres.
TTV Max on the hard tyres. I think that's a mistake from the British driver.
Oh no, Max. Dear. It's gonna be half a lap after the safety cars come in, and he's gonna think, "Oh, I've made a mistake."
Yeah, he certainly will be. One Wing will be happy. He'll be back in this race. Tinnels will be back in this race as well. QB back in the race. QB not always on the top, but never gives up. Always sees the race out to the end and always manages to finish. That's all you can really do, especially with our positive point system we have in APPF1, where no matter where you finish, you've still got some sort of chance of contention, and you're close to somebody in terms of racing.
I think out of everyone that races in APPF1, I think of the people that I have the most respect for, QB has got to be up there. Over 50 races with this community, despite not being in contention for any podiums or wins, but he's always there. He's always racing. He's always having a good time, and huge respect to him for just keeping going and staying in the races. And and he gets consistent points on the board as a result, and beats some of the guys who are way faster than him but just can't finish races.
Yeah, certainly is. He's also very elusive. I went a whole season without speaking to him once, without hearing his voice throughout the entirety of the first season of the sprints. The only communication I had with him was to say, "Hey QB, I'm practicing now, you want to jump in?" That was as far as our communication went, but QB is a very consistent driver in terms of finishing. I'm not sure there's many races he hasn't finished.
I'll check that right now while we're on the safety car.
Yeah, I'll also say please do go check out our sponsor for the Tier 2 season. That is Positive Perception Media Design Products. Their Instagram page is full to the brim with the most colourful GT cars that you will find out there on the internet. So please go follow them on Instagram. Give them all the likes you can. and support their page and everything that they do, as they will very much appreciate it, as will we.
So QB, he has been in 53, well now 54 APPF1 races, and he has failed to finish only 5, and 4 of those came in the first seasons that he was in the first season of Tier 1 and the first season of the Sprint. So ever since then, 1 DNF.
Wow. Definitely consistent as the safety car is coming in then, so Mitch backs the pack up quite a bit there as he's now controlling the pace and is the effective safety car. I think Max is going to get absolutely mugged here off the start. As Mitch goes, Mitch goes very, very early into that safety car, catches Krauser sleeping, very much so. Hartman right all over the back of young Max here, and I think this is going to be some distressing scenes to watch. Some of you may want to look away, but he's about to get mugged, I think. Oh, he's holding his own, actually, but Pommy Alex is got other ideas planned, as he's going to go up the inside of Hartman there, and he just manages to get that car stopped, and he's going to look around the outside of young Max here. Maybe a great decision to go onto those softs, but it's going to be a long way to take him, and I'm not sure if the Aussie can do it.
Well, he's down the inside of the Ferrari now. I don't think Max is going to have much to fight here. He does brake late, but yeah, those hards, you're going to be hard-pressed to defend with those, as Hartman is forced off the track because of...
Bumblebee gun up the inside, a little bit of contact there with the Alpine. Is that Madman Oliver? Is he going to capitalise on that? He's not. He's going to go up the inside. What a move. He gets right up there, and Tinoz wins out as well. That's Bumblebee dropping way down the order, and his teammates getting up in there as well.
Yeah, he took the safe route to avoid crashing out, so a sensible decision from Bumblebee, but it has cost him a lot of positions. He's all the way down to P9, championship rival up to P6, but from pole he's going to be disappointed. I think he's gotten the strategies wrong from the safety cars. So yeah, he's going to be looking to make up positions as now TTV Max and Hartman.
We've got 2 battles going on at the same time. Pommy Alex is searching for a move. TTV Max and Hartman are going side by side. What's going on? Pommy Alex not managing to get up ahead. Mitch is just running away with it, as he does so very well. And Pommy Alex, those tyres are going to go off very quickly for him.
Yeah, they are, but I think he's making up enough ground to make up for it. Is Hartman down the inside?
Very tight margins between that there. Ollie Oliver just needs to stay patient, wait for the moves to come to him, and he'll start collecting some points there, I think. A few drivers opting for the soft tyres, actually. QB and One Wing, as well as Pommy Alex.
Yeah.
Everyone else, apart from Max, on the mediums.
I think, well, Madman's already technically ahead of the both of them on penalties, but in order to chase after the top 3, he's going to need to get past, and at the moment that's tricky, as One Wing down around the outside of Tinoz.
Tinoz is going around the outside of One Wing, but that's not going to work. One Wing's got the grip. Tinoz hasn't quite. DRS is now enabled then. No one's going to get it for these first 2 DRS zones. But we're going to cut back to the action, as Hartman's going to try for another move on young Max, is he? He's not quite. Max is defending this very well known for being quite the immovable object on the circuit there. I can't quite call him the brick wall, because that's my title. As young Max still manages to defend there. He's doing very well to keep the guys behind him on those hard while he's on those hards there.
Those 6 seconds of penalties are going to cost him, though, as Madman now is going to send one down the inside of Hartman. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he is. Hartman leaves him the space, and the Haas is up to P5 and now chasing after the Ferrari. And he's basically said to Hartman, "You can't get past Max. All right, my turn then." And, up he goes into P5. Going to be watching young Max very carefully to see when he can make a move as Pommy Alex gets himself a time penalty. That's crucial.
That is really going to cost him as it comes to Krauser, so he's now going to have to pass him on track, which he's trying to do. He's going up the inside. It's not quite going to work for him. He's going to try and look around the outside through the stadium section. He's going to maybe go for a cutback. He continues to stay on the outside. He's got the grip, goes off the track, doesn't make the move go, but he's really just pushing Krauser through these corners here, trying to find any way around while Mitch is just running away with it.
Madman's gotten past Max, but Max is going to have the DRS coming up to turn 1, and he's got a lot of straight line speed in that setup. The man in Ferrari, round he comes down round the outside of the Haas, and he's going to make the move.
One was looking to get involved as well. Oh, very tight racing. There's somebody off the track. That's Krauser off the circuit. Whoa! I'm not quite sure what happened there. That was all a bit of carnage in 5 minutes of madness. That's Krauser way down in the order. I wonder what happened there.
Well, I was watching Hartman. He tried to send one round the outside of Madman, seeing him be compromised by Max, and Madman tried to hold him round the outside, and then Hartman tried to keep the inside for turn number 2, and then just clipped the rear tyre.
That's Bumblebee up the inside of Krauser through the S's. That's a good move from him.
Well, he's got no end plate, it looks like. Oh, he does have end plates, but he definitely has damage. He's definitely struggling in that Aston Martin, so I think we'll see him come in. Yeah, Madman's still behind this Ferrari of TTV Max, who's desperately trying to hold on to P3 on those hards. But he's going to struggle. Here comes Madman.
He's going to go look around the outside. Max going extremely defensive. He's still keeping these guys behind him. You've got to commend the young man for doing such a good job of defending, but I think Ollie Oliver has finally got the better of that Ferrari driver and has moved up into the podium positions.
Yep, he's definitely gotten past now. He's going to have the double DRS, and Max is not going to be able to keep up with him through the twisty section as One Wing now sends one to the inside of the Ferrari out of nowhere.
Ooh,
and then
Max
hits him and loses some of his front wing, and Max was having such a good race, but he's now going to have to come into the pits and go all the way down back to P9.
Mitch is just cruising out there. Pommy Alex not really got much to say to that gap, and more contact as Max going slow through the S's means that Tinoz loses a bit of his front wing.
Oh no.
That's going to slow down Bumblebee. He's got two drivers to try and navigate, but if he just waits, they'll both peel into the pit lane. They're going to go side by side through the stadium section, the pair of them, racing for track position. Bumblebee getting involved in this as well. I'm not sure he knows about the damage, but he manages to stay away from it. Max stays out, strangely enough. Risking the damage, you must not think it's that bad, but I'm not sure if he knows he's missing an end plate or not.
There goes Bumblebee up into P5, and very good damage control from the Aston Martin as Max brakes very, very late and goes well wide. But Bumblebee also wide. Max trying to keep it together, but Bumblebee's going to have the double DRS zone, and that's going to be that.
Hartman with another penalty. Let's have a look at the penalty situation then. Pommy Alex has 3 seconds. He's going to lose out to Madman Ollie Oliver then. But he might just get that podium that I said he was in line for, depending on what One Wing can do right now. Bumblebee's got a 5-second time penalty for some reason. I wonder what that was for. Madman Ollie Oliver gets himself a 3-second penalty, so now Pommy Alex and Ollie Oliver are racing for position. Mitch has no penalties and is just running away with this, so it looks like this could be his race. But we said that in Portugal, and look what happened there. TTV Max 6 seconds, Hartman 6 seconds, Tinoz 5 seconds, QBV and Krauser 3 seconds for the two of them. So this will be a race of penalties, as only One Wing and Mitch have managed to keep it on the circuit, as it's contact between Hartman and TTV Max, who's sent right into the wall, and Hartman makes contact with the back of him. I'm not sure if he's got any damage, but TTV Max certainly does, as he's hit that wall and is finally in the pits, as he's now got no wing. He'll definitely feel that one.
Well, it's still a top 10 finish for him as long as he can get to the end. And who knows, maybe he'll have a crack at fastest lap as well. Yeah, Mitch leading by quite a way, 4.3 seconds over Pommy Alex, and those softs are going to start dropping off around about now. So we might see Pommy Alex lose out a lot of time, and Madman's incoming as well.
Yeah, Tinnels and Krause are having a little bit of fun at the back here, racing for P8 and P9. Tinnels having to come in, of course, sits fastest sector 1 at the moment, so he could be in line for fastest lap.
Yeah, on wing, that lack of penalties for the Alfa Romeo driver, I wonder if he's going to be able to get onto the podium as a result. There's 2.5 from Madman, 5 seconds from Pommy Alex. So yeah, it's definitely a battle of penalties at the moment, and at the moment, One Wing is winning it. Well,
yeah, he certainly is. I was just looking, QB is quite far up at this point. He's going to finish P7 at the moment. If all things stay the way they are, and he may even get a few more if he gets close enough to anybody. But he's in no man's land for a little bit at the moment, as Krause is going to have the DRS over Tinnels, who sits fastest lap right now. The only on-track battle going on, other than the one for time at the moment, is Krause are going to make a move. He is. He's going to look to the inside of Tinnels through turn 1, and he's going to slot in nice and comfortably. And Tinnels isn't going to have much of an answer for him, as he will get DRS down the next straight then.
Tinnels just 600ths of a second off the lap record in Mexico.
Something that maybe young TTV Max might try and go for. Fastest lap here. There's not many laps left now. We've got 5 laps left of the race. Mitch is sitting comfortably in P1. Bumblebee gets himself another penalty, so that's 8 seconds of penalties now for Bumblebee.
I don't think it's going to affect him too much in terms of race position, because Hartman's got penalty as well. So I think Bumblebee's just going to have a lonely drive to try and secure P5. Madman's catching Pommy Alex, but is he catching him fast enough? There's 5.5 laps to go in this race. 2 seconds is the gap, and One Wing is also within 3. So if One Wing doesn't get a penalty, he's definitely looking to get himself on the podium here.
Krause are now getting fast as lap. Is Tinnels going to make a move through turn 1? Not quite, but Tinnels has a lot of battery to use. Krause has very, very little. These two still going at it, having themselves a jolly old time battling away for 8th place. At the minute, Tinnels is going to go try and move around the outside. They're going to go side by side through this corner here, through the twisty section, and Tinnels just managing to win out there. And these two having themselves a lot of fun right now, as Krause is forced to try the outside line, and Tinnels is going to say, there you go, have that. You can try and get on the next trip to the DRS.
Pommy Alex
is in. So he's not been able to make those softs go all the way, but we'll have to keep an eye on him, as he could be on quite a charge. But has he got enough laps to catch Bumblebee? Well, with that 8 seconds of penalties, all he's got to do is get within 5 seconds. But Hartman is going to jump him as well.
Yeah, Hartman's got 3 more seconds of penalties than him, so I think Pommy Alex is going to be on for P5 and perhaps a fastest lap as well. I think that's his plan. He's seen that he's going to lose positions to Madman and One Wing perhaps, so he's thought, right, I'm just going to pit in, I'm not going to make it, get a fresh set of softs on, get myself fastest lap, that extra point, and also he's going to get himself a lap record if he can beat Croser's time, because Croser currently holds it at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly does. It'll be interesting to see, as Croser and Tinnels still battling again, as Croser seems to have managed to get past in the DRS zone. They're going to bring QB into this fight now, so it's a battle for 7th place. Pommy Alex, he's going to be on one hell of a charge with fresh soft tyres. Not too much going on. Krause gets himself another penalty. That's 9 seconds now for the Aston Martin driver. As the three of them are making their way through Sector 3. They're battling very hard, Tinnels and Krauser right now. Coming into the stadium section, they're really going at each other. They're probably costing themselves a little bit of time. QB is not really aware and is now getting caught out as Krauser goes down the inside through the penultimate corner and Tinnels goes through as well. So QB getting absolutely mugged with these two battling away here. And QB's going to benefit off the DRS now. These three are really going for it, especially Krauser and Tinnels. And Krauser's going to keep Tinnels behind, is he, right now? I'm not sure he's got that flashing red light on, indicating that he has got very little ERS left in that tank, as Tinnels has a fair bit for himself. Other news, Pommy Alex has got past Hartman way further up, and he's now going to be trying to chase after Bumblebee. He's got 3 laps to do so. All he's got to do is get within 5 seconds of the Alfa Romeo driver, and he'll be up into 4th place.
He needs 2 seconds a lap, which is going to be very, very difficult, but who knows?
Fastest Sector 2, so this could be a new lap record.
And Crozer still going at it. I need to, after this race, I need to ping Crozer and ask him, is it Crozer or Krauser? Because absolutely no idea. One winger's dropped off Madman, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, it's 3.9 and he's got himself a penalty now, so his dreams of P2 are down the drain, I think, but he's still going to find himself on the podium, I think.
Yeah, it certainly is. Even if Bumblebee does manage to get ahead of him, that 8 seconds really going to cost him. Bumblebee must have sped in the pit lane during one of the stops he made to get that 5 seconds. Pommy Alex is within 9.5 seconds right now, so he's certainly got the chance to get within 5-second range.
He did catch around 2 seconds the previous lap. So it only comes, he's desperate not to get another penalty, because of course that would completely ruin the opportunity to get P4, but only comes through the final corner. Is he going to step fastest lap?
No, not quite. I think his chance to do it was the last lap, and he set purple sector 1 and 2 and 3, but perhaps not sector 1. Perhaps a draggy set up for the Australian, as Bumblebee is getting closer and closer to his teammate.
Yeah, he was just 7/100ths off fastest lap, Pommy Alex, so I think his chances of that extra point are gone, but his chances of P4 are not quite. 8.8 is the gap, 2 laps to go. He needs to catch another 3.5 seconds.
Tinnels and Krauser still going at it as Tinnels goes back. This battle between these two is ferocious as they keep chopping and changing places. At the moment, these two having a whale of a time out there, and I'm sure they'll be saying great race, great battle after the race is done. As it's certainly been quite a fun one as Krauser gets a little bit of a slide through the second sector there. 8.5 the gap to Pommy Alex to Bumblebee, so he's only got 3 more seconds to make up. This is the final lap though, as Mitch crosses the line to begin it, and he's coming down to turn 1 now, so Pommy Alex has got to make up 3 seconds in 1 lap.
Needs a mistake from Bumblebee.
Yeah, he certainly does. Bumblebee, I think he realises that his position's on the line. Bumblebee with very little ERS. Same with Pommy Alex as well. He's got a bit of distant toe from his teammate there, so a bit of team play helping him out. But Pommy Alex has got the gap down to 7.9 now, so this is something that we're going to be watching as we go. We'll keep an eye on Krauser and Tinnels as well, as they're fighting hard. Krauser is going to try and make a move into turn 1, is he? He's definitely got the speed, but not the speed enough to make a move. We'll watch him go through the first 3 corners here, through that triple corner chicane, and down toward turn 4.
A lot of good respect shown between these two drivers.
Bumblebee gets another penalty. That's 11 seconds.
Hello. Pommy Alex is in with a shout for P4. He just needs to get to the end and not get another penalty. Mitch comes across the line to win the Mexican Grand Prix. As Madman comes across in P2, One Wing is going to come across in P3. Bumblebee, his position is on the line. That extra penalty could really cost him that 5 seconds for, I assume, was speeding in the pit lane. Round he comes. Pommy Alex does jump him into P4.
By
Great drive
second.
from the Mercedes driver.
What a drive from Pommy Alex. Hartman and Tinos are going to take P6 and 7, I think, because of the penalty situation going on back here. That's Hartman across the line. He's finished now. That's Tinos and Krauser. Great battle between those guys. Really fun to watch. Around comes QB through the stadium section. And a small pat on the back for young Max, who managed to hold off some seriously quick drivers on an unfavourable tyre. Well done. It's a shame that his race ended in that way, but he's going to score some points anyway, and that's what it's all about.
There we go. Good race.
Yeah, it certainly was. Mitch getting driver of the day, of course, starting way towards the back and coming in to win. A great, amazingly timed safety car for the Red Bull driver as he comes to take that top step on the podium. And a reserve he certainly may be, but coming in and winning the race. So Mitch, Madman and One Wing make up your podium for the Mexican Grand Prix. Ollie Oliver managing to best his championship rival, but not by too much. Pommy Alex and Bumblebee making up the rest of the top 5. Hartman, Tinos, Krauser, QBV and TTV Max make up the rest of the top 10. Great racing from those guys. Harry Bix, VK, Emiliano and Lifebout unfortunately failing to score points and finish the race. Driver of the day then, Ghost.
I think today I'm going to give it to... I think I've got to give it to Pommy Alex, personally. If KTFO had finished, it would have been definitely him for that start. But yeah, I think Pommy Alex, good recovery from him at the end, and very nice driving to secure that P4 from P8 on the grid. So good stuff from him. But of course, the mention has got to go for it to Mitch for winning the race by such a comfortable margin in the end.
Certainly. I think either Pommy Alex or maybe even One Wing. If you remember, he had a horrible incident at the start of the race and manages to claw his way up onto the podium. So one of those two probably today. Both great drives from the two of them. It's what we like to see, is not giving up in a race. You know, no matter what happens, something might end up just turning your way in motorsport.
Absolutely.
As AP, the king of recovery drives, will tell you.
He doesn't want to be the king of recovery drives, but
it's an unfavourable title. It's like poor Nico Hulkenberg,
yeah,
having that horrible, unfavourable title of most races without a podium appearance.
doesn't deserve it.
No, he definitely doesn't. But sometimes that's just life.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is going to wrap up a round of Tier 2 driving for this mildly cold Tuesday evening. Where are we going next week, Ghost?
We are going to Imola next week.
Imola is the penultimate round of the championship, as well as we head in the run-up to Christmas. 2 trips to Italy. Left to go. The first one at Imola and then the second one at Monza. And we hope to see as many of you as we can there. As if today's race is anything to go by, we are going to have quite a battle on our hands for the championship.
Yeah, Madman has clawed back some of that gap. It's now 11 points, the gap to Bumblebee. Assuming all of his penalties stand, it might have been a tap under the safety car, so he would get it removed in that case, but who knows? But provisionally, the gap is now 11 points. So in 2 races, that's not insurmountable. So we still have a battle on our hands, Sumo.
Yeah, we certainly do. Well, we are gonna have to wait and see what happens as we go into next week. But that is gonna be the end of the stream here today. Please make sure you do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please do go check out Positive Perception Media Design products. They deserve all of the attention that you can give them, and as well go check out Zach Sweeney, our fellow commentator, as well as One Wing, who does a little bit of commentary on the side as well, and he did step in for us on Friday. Big thanks to him, and the rest of our APPF1 affiliates. But that is going to be it. So I've been Sumo.
I've been Ghost.
And we will see you next week for a trip to Imola. Bye for now.